Hey guys, it is Blue Pig Blazer back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a top 10 hardest players in Overwatch to get play of the game with. So let's get into the video. Okay, first up on this list is Lucio. Even though you could say that pro players play the game with Lucio easily, but then you'd have to be good with him, and it's not easy to get good with Lucio. You have to have a lot of time in practice with him. And his ultimate heals up his teammates, which is assist, but play of the game is usually getting eliminations. So, yeah. Moving on to the number 9 spot. The number 9 spot we have here is Zenyatta. Even though uh, he has Discord Orb and Harmony Orb to get easy play the game with and charge up, he can easily be killed by the enemy team when he is being seen because he only has 200 health. Like, unlike any other player, some people have 200 health, but it's easier to get play the game with. That's why I think he should be at the number 9 spot, because he can still get play the game, but it's really hard too. So moving on to the number 8 spot. The number 8 spot we have here is Zambra. The reason why I have her here is because even though her ultimate can hack everyone and cause people to lose damage, usually you're not the one killing all those people, it's usually your teammates, so you get you just don't get any credit for it unless you shoot them as well. But most of the time you'll die from using your ultimate. And yeah. So moving on to number 7. Number 7 is Tracer, and this I put her here because she has a pulse bomb which does a lot of damage, but it's hard to get a group of people in unless there's a graviton surge or something. And she has the least amount of health in the game. She has only 150 health, so you'll get killed immediately unless you like jumped around and pulse bombed. But usually you only end up getting one person. So yeah, that's when I put her here. Moving on to number 6 of today. Number 6 we have here is Mercy. And I put her here because she is a healer and she just gets a ton of assists but doesn't get the eliminations most of the time. Which eliminations usually lead off to play the game. Only way she could get play the game is if she revived everyone, like most people on her team, and then ended up killing other people that were there. Then that would be probably play the game if there was nothing better than that. So yeah. But any other way, it would be hard to get play the game if you just stayed back and healed and then damage increased. So moving on to number 5 of today. Number 5 is Roadhog. Even though you could say his uh, ultimate can push people off the map, but most maps don't have an edge or something that people can fly off. So his ultimate can only really push people and send people fly everywhere, and then push them against the wall and do damage, but it usually just pushes people away. So if you're like on the payload in overtime, this would help you a lot, but you probably wouldn't get play the game from it because you wouldn't get the eliminations unless you got all of them. So yeah, that's why he's hard to get play the game with. So moving on to number 4 today. Number 4 today is Reinhardt. He has his ultimate hammer down, which only stuns enemies for like 4 seconds on the floor, and while they're on the floor, he can hit them with he can hit them with his a giant axe. But usually he doesn't get their whole team on the floor. So if you were to get their whole team on the floor and then kill all of them, you'd probably get play the game, but that's hard to get their whole team in one spot unless you're like all on the payload and it's like overtime. But most of the time you only end up getting like people, and killing two people isn't play the game. Usually it's like at least 3 people being killed for play the game. So yeah. Moving on to the number 3 spotted today. The number 3 spotted today is May. And the reason I put her here is because her ultimate, even though some people could say it could freeze their whole team, but most of the time, their whole team just splits up when they hear her ultimate call. And usually she doesn't end up getting their whole team in one spot. They are all they spread out most of the time when they hear this ultimate, and this ends up for May only freezing like one person. So yeah, that's not played the game. Moving on to the number 2 spot of today. The number 2 spot we have here is Winston, and his ultimate is probably like one of the worst in the game. All he has is Primal Rage, which all he does is swing his arms around and has 1,000 health, but it just ends up knocking people around and doesn't do that much damage. It just knocks people around and keeps them away from him. But you would rather use his regular self to kill people rather than his Primal Rage. And the only way he could get played the game is if he went up to a sniping spot and unless he came up behind their whole team and there was a sniping spot where a Widow, a Hanzo, and an Ana were, he would end up killing like 3 or more people on their team. So that would be the only way. But usually their opponent's team doesn't have all the snipers on their team. They would usually only have one. So yeah, moving on to number 1 hardest person to get played the game with. The number 1 hardest person to get played the game with is Ana. The reason I put her here is because her Nana Boost just ends up getting her tons of assists, which doesn't help her with her play the game. Because play the game you need eliminations. So, and her gun heals, so she's a healer, that's why it's even harder. And her damage that she does with her gun only ends up like poisoning people till they're like really low, and then they just end up running away because they know an Ana's there. And yeah, I've never seen an Ana get played the game. If all the games I played, I'm level 71, I've never seen Ana get played the game. So yeah. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and join the Blue Pig Army for more daily content. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I can make more top 10s on whatever you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye.